because I wanted to be a theoretical physicist. And so I went to Princeton, and I was a really good student, as I pointed out already. I got A+ on almost everything. I was in the honors physics track, which starts out with 100 students, and by the time you get to quantum mechanics, it's like 30. So I'm in quantum mechanics. I think this is like junior year, and I've also been taking a bunch of computer science classes and electrical engineering classes, which I'm also enjoying. And I can't solve this partial differential equation. That's the answer? And he's like, yeah, let me show you. So he brings us into his room. He sits us down. He writes out 3 pages of detailed algebra. Everything crosses out, and the answer is cosine. And I said, listen, Yosanta, did you just do that in your head? And he said, no, that would be impossible. 3 years ago, I solved a very similar problem, and I was able to map this problem onto that problem, and then it was immediately obvious that the answer was cosine. And that was an important moment for me, because that was the very moment when I realized I was never going to be a great theoretical physicist.
Now, if you go back and watch the first few seconds of the Jeff Bezos interview, you will notice something surprising. He actually looks nervous. He swallowed hard.
Enjoying. And I
uses some filler words. And he seems a bit unsure. Now, for a billionaire like Jeff Bezos, that's unexpected. So he starts off like a regular person who is nervous and unsure. He doesn't come across as a super confident right away, which tells us that even the most successful people can feel nervous, and that's completely normal. But then, as the interview continues, he gets more relaxed. And when he starts telling a story and adds humor to it, that's where the shift happens. You can see audience reacting, laughing, smiling, and connecting with him. So even with all the filler words and nervousness at the beginning, none of it mattered at the end. Why? Because he connected with the audience by telling them a story and a humor. He made them feel something, and that's what people remember, not small mistakes. So the lesson here is, you might sound boring at the start, use some filler words, or have low voice, but none of that matters if you can make people feel something and connect with you.